On finding the assailant, General Jack angrily calls a private meeting with Arthur and his gang, telling them their names keep coming up in his blackleg sergeant circles. He demands to hear the story about a girl called Lucy, a Viking called Greybeard, and the resistance graffiti dirtying the streets. Arthur then tells his story. He woke up, went downstairs and discovered Lucy was missing. Then he and his gang took care of business, did some housekeeping. Then they heard Chinese George had some trouble last night with the Vikings. On their way to George's street fight school, they saw Flat-Nosed Mike trying to smuggle furs without paying commission. Mike bribes them. Sergeant Jack asks about the resistance graffiti propagated by Backleg's son, Blue Boy. Arthur catches Blue Boy and his gang painting graffiti on a street wall. Backleg, his dad, asks him what he was doing. Blue Boy informs them the legendary Born King is coming back. The gangs are confused. Backleg takes his son away, telling him if he gets caught by the soldiers, he is dead, and if they can catch them, the soldiers could already know he did it. Arthur demands to go back to the Kung Fu George story with the Vikings. Chinese George informs Arthur the Vikings' leader, Greybeard, started throwing his weight around with Lucy. Greybeard had his way with prostitute Lucy and was leaving without paying for services. Greybeard had on the same furs Flat-Nosed Mike was trying to smuggle. Arthur and his gang attacked the Vikings and cut off Greybeard's beard. He ends his story saying he solved the smuggling problem, stopped Blue Boy's graffiti ring, and his territory is at peace. Sergeant Jack informs him he had his calculations wrong. Greybeard and the Vikings are under the protection of the king. His name has entered the circles of the king and he can't